No, Pika, you cannot join the Hollywood strike. I refuse. No, I'm not paying for your plane fare or your hotel accommodations. Maybe you can arrange to stay on Drew Barrymore's couch, be his pool boy, and that would be an adventure. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Comics Coffee Table. Oh, I already filled this up, full of fresh, hot, delicious, freshly brewed, locally roasted and globally sourced free trade organic coffee. Wowzers. Ah, that's a good cuppa. And thank you for spending your coffee break with us once again here at your very own Comics Coffee Table. Haha. Don't call me Betty Grable. My favorite syrup is maple. I know, Pika. You didn't write that down. I was just riffing. Thank you, my executive producer. He's full of stuff. My lighting, microphone, boom mic operator, and cameraman, the drinker, and the studio audience, the Canadian Bear. Pre-recorded, but live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals from our Boston studios there, pal. Grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. Sizzle chest, tough guy, thick neck, turkey pockets, however you identify in this grand spectrum of humanity here on planet Earth and beyond. Huzzah! Oh. I'm trying to think, what did I actually say negative about Hawk Girl and the writer in particular? I try to avoid those people. Well, not those people, but those people. But not those people, but those people. But I mean, there's a certain kind of, if somebody blocks you on Twitter, X, whatever it is, what's the first thing you do? Block them back. Yeah. There you go. That works for me. I'm not blocking. I've only blocked a few people on YouTube. Seriously, they had it coming. And hopefully you don't block me. Jeez, I mean, just it's one thing, Hi. Where in the show notes was that, Pika? Wow, you're getting pretty deep in your old age. I don't let him fight anymore, so he fights his battles online. He wanted to be a social justice Pikachu, but I was like, dude, that's a trend, man. Why don't you try to be a cosmic consciousness Pikachu instead? Once you achieve that cosmic conscious within yourself, that Christ conscious, that Krishna consciousness, then when you see the unity in all things, you see that infinite splinter of Jesus, that infinite splinter of Krishna within every soul, in everything, in every object in creation. That's when it begins. I blame George Lucas and the Force. I do. I was supposed to have been a nice Irish Catholic boy. I still kind of am. It's the Comics Coffee Table. We congregate 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. We talk about comic books. We are a rebagging, reboarding, reboxing program currently. And I make a big deal about going to my local comic book shop, my LCS, the mom and pop brick and mortar shop. They're bookstores, man. They really are. And they're local businesses. They're not big box stores. They're not online supply chain websites that are just, have, more money than the Vatican or stuff like that, They are viable local businesses that we help contribute to their success with our patronage, or we can contribute to their failure by not showing up and not spending our money there. I mean, take your business seriously. Don't spend money on people that hate you. but spend money on neighbors and local businesses and mom and pop shops, brick and mortar places, and local businesses, especially your local comic book shop. I'm getting my supplies there. I could be saving a bundle with the amount of supplies I need to rebag, reboard, and rebox my entire collection. I think I had about 8 long boxes, almost 2 decades old, most of these long boxes. Definitely over a decade, but between 1 and 2 decades old. These long boxes have served their purpose. They have protected the contents within, and I desperately need new boxes. So I have, out of 8 long boxes, I now have even more short boxes. I weighed myself with the full long box. It was 50 pounds. So here's your comparison. There's an assembled short box, and there's the see that stain? You see that stain right there on the long box, yeah? This long box has done its job. It's just being retired. It's going to go into the great recycle bin in the sky. Hopefully, if I think God has a sense of humor. God created the platypus, and you and me. Created all this whole beautiful, ridiculous world and cosmos. So hopefully this will get recycled into a brand new comic book. That is my heart of hearts and my hope of hopes. Namaste. So I'm buying my supplies at the local comic book shop. I could be getting, I could be saving a bunch of money by buying on my online supply chain. The one with the free shipping and the free movie and the built-in movie network. But no, I'm getting these supplies. These boxes, they're like $7.99, $8.99 each, I think. $7.99 each. Bags. I need more bags. $6.99 for 100. It was like for $4.99 a decade ago. But these are like older bags and same company. Yeah. It's 2 different eras, huh? And acid-free backing boards, which I should have been using the entire time. Live and learn, kid. Live and learn. That's what my ma says. And all my life, live and learn. That's fine. That's what you do. You live and you learn. And so, yeah, I need supplies, don't you? Chances are you do. So get your supplies at your local comic book shop. Spend your money there. They deserve your patronage. And they'll keep around longer, too. I mean, how many comic book shops do you see opening? How many comic book shops do you see closing? And ones that survived lockdown 2020? I love my LCS. I got a few. I live in the Boston area. There's a playlist where I actually go to a few different local comic book shops of my neighborhood. I still got to go to 2 more. It's a little derivative because they're the only local chain called NEC, New England Comic Books. They also have their own press. They're the creators of The Tick. You know The Tick, the big blue tick with Arthur the sidekick. That Tick. And I've been to the Malden store, so that's documented. So the only other 2 stores I would go to in my area would be the Brighton store that I never really ever go to. I've only gone there a couple of times in the past 30 years, but also the Quincy store. The Quincy is like their mothership store, and it's literally, it's the second location of the Quincy New England Comics. I used to go to the one up in Quincy Center when it was at the Rotary. And that was like, because my grandparents had moved to Quincy, to Hospital Hill, Quincy, just a 10-minute walk away from Quincy Center. And when I was a teenager, so that, they moved from Dorchester to Quincy. And I got a new comic book shop for middle school and high school, pretty much. NEC Quincy. And then eventually they moved down the street, and they're still at that same location. They've been there like about 30 years now, and they're huge comic book shop. I mean, that would be, I would want to make a lunch and spend maybe 2 hours there going long box diving and bin diving. I would ask to, to be like, hey, I mean, show me your dollar comics. Shit like that. I mean, like, I'm looking for the Marvels from fall 1981. Hit me. Like, show me your not so good grades. Anything, yeah. Like, like ratty copies of old Frank Miller Daredevil. I'll get them. To have them. And to read. To hold. To open. Let's talk about comic books. Jeez. Wee. It's the mostly Marvel box we've been going through. There we go, yeah. That's how far we got to go, and then we got 2 more boxes after that. I feel bad that we skipped Batman Day last week. So, let's spend a little time with Batman. Batman 66. Yep, this happened. And I bailed on it, too. I mean, I only got up to issue 9. But I love it. So let's give it some bags. A new bag, new board, and we're going to double them up as well. Let's look it up. DC Comics. Batman 66 by Jeff Parker. It's got its own... I'm going to read this from the wiki. That's right. Batman 66 is a superhero comic book series published by DC Comics featuring Batman as a continuation of the 1966 to 1968 television series starring Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin. The series was written primarily by Jeff Parker and Tom Payer, with cover art by the magnificent Mike Allred. It published 30 issues. I didn't know that. 30 issues from 2013 to 2016, although the setting has been used in occasional crossovers since 2016. In 2013, DC began publications of Batman 66, which tell all new stories set in the world of the 66 through 68 TV series. Written by Jeff Parker and featured cover art by Mike Allred, while interior art was done by different artists each issue. The original characters from the TV series, such as the Bookworm, the Minstrel, the Sandman, Olga, Queen of the Cossacks, Zelda the Great, King Tut, Shame, and Marcia, Queen of Diamonds, all made their first comic book appearances in this series. Joker, Riddler, Penguin, Catwoman, Mr. Freeze, they also appeared in this series too. Characters who are not featured in the television series, some of them were created after the series ended, also appeared in Batman 66 with Red Hood and Dr. Quinn appearing in issue 3, Poison Ivy in 26, Bane in 27, Scarecrow and Killer Croc in 28, and the list goes on. They had Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77, issue 5. You had Hugo Strange meets the Man from... and you had Professor Hugo Strange in Batman 66 meets the Man from U.N.C.L.E. And Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman. You also had Ra's al Ghul and Talia. Yeah. Indeed. This is, yes, it's been designated Earth 66 in the post Dark Crisis multiverse. Yeah, huh? And that was from Dark Crisis Big Bang issue 1. I didn't get that. I didn't really... if you remember, we did cover Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. It was one of the first comics that I got coming back to be a weekly buyer, almost. There have been a couple of weeks. I did take a couple of weeks off recently. I didn't go on a Wednesday. New Funny Book Day. I have an acid-free board. I've got a polypiperine snug. Take one snug, fill it up with the bunched up other ones. So you don't step on them. Oh boy, look, Ben-Day dot filters. What I always love. Started a decade ago. We got Scooby-Doo, Stage Fright. The Batman, the new series. Beware the Bat, not the Batman, but Beware the Batman. That really came and went, huh? Not the Batman. Or was it the Batman? Was it? We are doing a Batman kind of centric show today, a week after Batman Day. Beware. One season, 2013. Beware the Batman is a computer animated television series. It premiered in July 2013, replacing Batman the Brave and the Bold. And 26 episodes, and that's it. Yeah. Not to be confused with The Batman, the cartoon show. So yeah, we have Professor Pig and Anarchy. So you had a lot of modern bad guys. But yeah, I mean, oh boy. Uh-huh. You think I hate, wow, look, Lego ads. But yeah, look at this art. All these, the Zipatone and Ben-Day dot filters. But it's done here. It is done for that nostalgia, for that memberberry aesthetic. Well, seriously, look at but this is supposed to mimic, in a way, a Silver Age comic book where Ben-Day dots were just the way it's colored. Cartoon Network shows. So we got 2 Cartoon Network shows advertised. One of my favorite Batmobiles. Yeah. I caught up on last week's Batman and the Gargoyle of Gotham, written and drawn by Raphael Grandpa. There is a 1 in 100 Paul Pope variant cover for that I'm really interested in, but I do not want to pay $100 or even $50 for a floppy. Now, it's a beautiful issue. I mean, I was really impressed with the bat suit, the Batmobile. Talking about Batmobiles, it was called the Blind Machine. There's no explanation why, but it's definitely kind of like a Batman Year 1.5 or Batman Year 2 adventure. And it's good to have Alfred back. And it's a young Batman, pre-Robin, and it's really bloody and violent too. It's Black Label. I liked it. I know a lot of people were kind of critical about it. Rightfully so. It might not be your cup of tea. I like Grandpa's art. I like his mood and style, and his Batman. I was turned on to his vision. He did Batwoman, Carrie Kelly, and the last Dark Knight Returns installment called The Golden Child. I think that was 2018 or so, 2017, and that was written by Frank Miller. But the Grandpa art it fits so well with that world. So good. Happy belated Batman Day. Yeah, but wow, this is like the beginning of the end here, huh? But at least, the onomatopoeia here, although it's cut and paste, those are authentic and iconic of the show itself. These should be branded. I mean, those should be very trademarked, And then here we have more conventional onomatopoeia there. But that kaboom there, that should be Let's look it up on the internet. Here we are. We have the internet. At our fingertips. We have the we have the Hitchhiker's Guide right at our fingertips. The Batman 66 onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. Poia trademark. Fight words. Bat fight words from the Batman 66 page. Oh, wow. There's like a lot of them. Zlop. There's a list of them. 85 different bat onomatopoeia. They would be title cards that they would use in action scenes in the Batman 66 show. I actually have a Lego, a complete Batman 66 Batcave. It has stately Wayne Manor, which is 3 stories tall, and it has bat poles in the library and the Shakespeare head and the red phone and the fish over the over the elevator, the bookcase that slides to show the bat poles. It has the atomic generator, it has a Batmobile, it has a bat cycle, it has the bat copter with the red on it. No bat boat. I got my own green T-Rex. I got a Joker card, and I got a penny that's like this big, so in scale, it is the proper scale for the Batcave to be the giant penny. Those 3 things were not in the Batman 66 Batcave, but those were my add-ons. Those I pimped my pad there, But there are 1, 2, 3 Zams. There's 1 M, 2 M's, and 3 M's. That's for emphasis. All right. And Zwap has either 2 P's, 1 P, 2 Z's, 4 Z's, or 5 Z's. And Zwap for emphasis. Zowie, Zock, Zgrup, Zap, Wham has 2 Whams. Whacketh for the British one. I remember. Swoosh, thunk, thwack, sock, splat, slosh, rip, rack, powie, pow, ow, ouch, crack, crunch, glurb. And the list goes on and on. There are 85 different, and they have a title card for each one. That's great. Oh, I gotta bookmark this page. Oh, totally. Boom. You're bat fight words done. There you go. You're on. You're in. But it doesn't answer the question if they're trademarked or not. So it was fun. It was a fun comic book. We get the Julie Newmar, Catwoman, and eventually they'll throw in the Lee Merriweather and Eartha Kitt, too. I mean, there's just... Where did that go? Oh, here we are. To boarding, bagging, and boxing. And we didn't even look at the indicia. Here we go. Here's the indicia. But this was fun. A fun comic book. Batman 66, number 1. Cover date, September 2013. Dan DiDio, Jim Lee, co-publishers. Diane Nelson, president. Jeff Johns, chief creative officer. This was the days of the New 52 moving DC from New York City, Manhattan to LA, Hollywood. This is the sea change of DC Comics. See, we have the the liquid Maker's Mark logo here. Right there. And they've gone back to a more retro looking DC Comics. One piece of tape. And this beautiful Mike Allred art, though. And so this defines a member berry, what we would call now. I don't think we had that word back in 2013. Member berry. All the blood wouldn't send help. Oh, it's a shoe. What the? the last garbled transmission from the event horizon, or something like that. Oh, I can hear my mom now. You are one sick puppy. Dr. Demento has warped your mind. Pretty much. Pretty sure. Mm-hmm. Oh. Joe Quinones, Jonathan Case. Oh, here. Dr. Harleen Quinzel. I didn't even have to... Yeah, and Dr. Quinn on the new site. There we are. I mean, I haven't opened this in years, but I mean, just that's iconic. Well, that doesn't have to be Harley Quinn, but I mean, she's downright that iconic by now. Look, there's Eartha Kitt. There's Catwoman. And it's yeah. Oh yeah. The Red Hood story. But he's got the Cesar Romero face. I mean, that's great. I love Cesar Romero's Joker. You can still see them up there in a way. I think my Gotham skyline. That's my Gotham skyline. It's a Lego architecture kit. It's New York City and Chicago, which is meant to complement the Christopher Nolan principal photography of Gotham being shot in those two cities. So that's not Sears Tower, that's Wayne Tower. In my head canon, you know. But up there are the Lego minis from the Batman 66 Batcave. There's a Julie Newmar Catwoman. There's a Burgess Meredith Penguin. There's a Frank Gorshin Riddler. There is a Cesar Romero Joker. And a couple of Batman mini Funkos that came with the animated series boxed set. Look, more Cartoon Network. See, the advertisements from 2013, a comic book from 1 decade ago, 10 years ago. They were, you know, hey, a video game, but it's, you know, this actually looked really cool, and I wanted to play it. I just didn't get around to it. But let's see, what do we got here? Prepare to be hooked, arg. And Forever Evil was coming out. I think that was the first post Blackest Night or post Brightest Day event. We got Egghead. He was played by Vincent Price in the TV show. More Cartoon Network actually Cartoon Network DC Comics. Yeah, because this DC Comics has still has the Scooby-Doo license. They're making Scooby-Doo for $2.99 an issue. Scooby-Doo Batman Adventures. Behold the Ben-Day filters. But this is retro, meant to evoke that style. Little Gotham. Isn't that cute? Dustin Wen, good artist. But yeah, it's an anthology. So we have the Egghead tale. We have a Joker tale. And I bet you this makes a really nice collection. Nice. And it's like, you don't have to worry about continuity. You don't have to worry about this and that. They change up and like even something like Catwoman. You have 3 Catwomen actresses, portraying the role. And they switch them up. And there's no explanation. You don't need an explanation. It's just Batman 66. The excuse is its own, the world that's built. We can rely on that and be like, this is, as Batman goes, this is a pretty flighty, campy, whimsical, and early interpretation. This is part of my experience growing up as a Batman fan. There's the Batman who laughs is some kind of weird dark multiverse, big bad. But my Batman smiled and had a sense of humor and was a super friend. It was Adam West, and then the voice actor over on the Super Friends and his own cartoon, Ulan Sule, and he always Batman had a great attitude. It was not well. Then you had the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams stuff. That was really interesting for the comic book at the time, and then also the Jim Aparo and the Jose Garcia Lopez, the Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, style Bible look of Batman with the gold oval and the blue and the yellow utility belt, the pods. So the comic book was trying to be a little bit more serious around that time and after that time, and this is so that's deep. That's Bronze Age Batman now. We're leaving the Silver Age. So Batman 66 is look, introducing Batgirl. Oh, I had the biggest crush on her. Seriously. Look, Steven Universe. More Cartoon Network cartoons. But who is this focused at? This is focused on nostalgia readers in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Subscribed. What is this? WWE what? The Kids Magazine. Is that John Cena? Is that supposed to be John Cena? Cena Nate. That is. John Cena's had a pretty deep and long relationship with Warner, huh? And yeah, I don't know. We have a book ad for young adults-ish. What we have here, 0 Year for the New 52. Remember 0 Year? I'm trying to forget it. And I love the Zero concept. Here, look. There's the Eartha Kitt, Catwoman. There's Batgirl. Batgirl was invented for the Batman 66 show, and then she crossed over into the comic book as Barbara Gordon. And also, Barbara Gordon wasn't a real redhead. She was a brunette with short hair, and the wig was red. If we want to split hairs and fandom stuff. And it's called Tale of the Tiger Topaz. I love the alliteration there. It's really cool. Look for some more ads. Yes, look, they have the Julie Newmar and the Eartha Kitt Catwoman's in the same issue. It doesn't matter because it's like it's part of the fabric of the show. It's like there's no argument. We didn't have the word race swap back then. For PS3 and 4. I only get 9 of these 30 issues, though, huh? Steven Universe. Bookworm. Oh, the Nick Hardy memorial page. He did a lot. I read a lot of his stuff in the Bronze Age. He did the early Teen Titan stuff. Stop bullying. Kids want. That's nice. I don't think kids are reading this book, but, all the same. It's a nice thought. I was bullied as a child. I had bullies. Ugh. My mom tried so hard to toughen me up, but I just didn't want to fight. I hated fighting. I hated violence. I hated getting into fist fights. Like, you go back out there and you defend yourself. Well, we do learn to take our lumps and we learn to defend ourselves, but I mean, I wasn't the toughest kid. Grew up in a really tough neighborhood, though. The projects of South Boston, Massachusetts. The old harbor projects, which eventually became the Mariel and McCormick housing development. Lots of old people and lots of, kids. Also a lot of, people on drugs, too. I'm going to triple this one. Why not? Maybe it will fit. But yeah, but look at that. We've got dings. These are totally like exactly. We got spine crack. We've got, you know, these are totally dollar bin worthy. And I bought these at $3.99 an issue. Back on any given Wednesday. Back in the day. Wednesday, new release day. All right, let's go for 3 here. Taking the shot from downtown, the outside of the key. I'm not a basketball fan. I like hockey though. I don't like violence, but I do love watching hockey. Mixed martial arts makes no sense to me. It's like NASCAR. Like there's a scoring thing. It's not like boxing. I know boxing, at least, you know, it's a scoring thing to boxing. Here we go. We've got boards, we've got bags, and we're going to put this into the box. Here we go. Progress is a process. Here we go. And I can bundle this up and maybe sell it. But it's incomplete, though. I mean, if you had the whole run of 30 plus the specials, I mean, you could bundle that up and probably get a decent amount. But I mean, they're cutesy. And they were on sale and they were available, and that's what was offered, and I liked it for a while. And eventually I kind of just fizzled out. But that's okay. Here we go. Into the box. And slowly and surely we will get this done. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. We are the Comics Coffee Table. We take a break together. We talk about comic books every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Did I say daily? Daily! Yes. Please like and subscribe. Would love to earn your subscription. Smash that like button. Turn on those notifications. Ring that bell. You know, make it rain. Yeah, we're not monetized. It isn't. I just want to be part of this comic book shop style conversation and keep it going. Leave a comment in the comment section and keep this comic book shop style conversation continuing. Huzzah. Thank you so very much. Namaste. Good luck. God bless. And we will see you again in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.